You already know what we have to talk about. I went and saw it last night, so let's talk about Longlegs. If you don't already know me, I'm Ashley. I'm your spooky ghoul friend. I like all things spooky, horror, oddities related, and if you're into any of that, you should give me a follow. So to start, I feel like I would give this movie a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I really liked it. And maybe it's because I went in 100% blind. I didn't watch any trailers, I didn't look at any details about anything. Any videos I saw referencing this from people that went and saw the early release or, got invited to see it early, didn't watch it. I only watched one person's videos because I knew she wouldn't give much away at all, other than just say how much they liked it or not, which I think they really liked it. But yeah, so I didn't have any expectations or anything going into this. I didn't know that it would even be the vibe that it was. I'm trying not to give too much away because just in case you're like me and you didn't watch or look at anything and you still have yet to watch it, I don't want to give anything away. So, given all of that, I thought it was really well done artistically and visually, and I feel like at this point in time, I've accepted the fact that no movie is going to shake me or scare me the way that movies used to scare me when I was a kid, because I've seen so many. Like, horror is basically all I watch, so obviously at this point, I don't get scared. So, I guess at this point in time, I'm really looking for something that has a good story, a good plot. It's visually interesting and captivating. It's unique. Like, think A24. I love A24 movies for the most part. They always just do an amazing job. They're weird, they're unsettling, they're kind of, I don't know, off the beaten path in some ways, and that's what I'm looking for. Weird, unsettling, off the beaten path, artistic, visually captivating, and just intriguing, interesting the whole way through the movie. With this movie, I was locked in the whole time. I felt like the first half of the movie was definitely the best half of the movie. I loved the visuals. It's set in the 70s slash 80s era, so visually really great there. I just loved the set, the lighting, the costuming, everything. I thought all of that was interesting. Um, the ending half, I felt like, I don't know, I feel like the movie could have been longer, honestly. I feel like some parts of the movie could have been fleshed out. Like, there were parts where I was just like, oh, I wasn't expecting this to wrap up this quickly like this. So I wish things would have been, I don't know, more detailed in different areas. I loved Nicolas Cage's character. I thought he was so good, so interesting, not what I was expecting at all. The first glimpse that you get of him is just weird, and it really like amps you up to see like what's gonna happen next. Try not to give much away, because if you haven't seen it yet and you're really trying not to look at any details or anything either like I did, then trying to save you your experience. But again, I would give it a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I think what I noticed after talking to different people, the people that watched things, looked at trailers, heard about the anticipation and all of that, I think they're the ones that are the most disappointed. But the people who did something similar like me, where they went in completely blind, didn't look at anything, didn't watch anything, had no expectations, ended up enjoying it. Because I think the thing between all of it is just the expectation. Some people expecting to be really, really scared. It wasn't scary at all. It was just more so weird. I would say it's maybe more of a thriller vibe than a horror vibe, but yeah, not scary at all. So I guess I didn't go in thinking that I was going to be scared, but also again, at this point in time, I'm like, what movie is going to scare me? Probably none of them. So at this point, I'm just looking for something that's captivating and visually great. But I felt like this had a lot of good things going for it. I just wish it would have been longer. And I wish certain areas of it would have just been more detailed or fleshed out more, or just added more to it. But I just feel like the story could have gone on a little bit more. I will say I was a little disappointed by the ending. I was thinking that things were going to pan out differently. There were some things that added like a spook factor, and I wish I would have seen more of that. I would have loved to have seen more of Nick Cage. I love when he was introduced and how he was introduced and how they kind of sprinkled his character in there, but I really would have loved to see more of him. Um, But overall, it was a very interesting movie, very interesting concept, and worth a watch. I think what I've seen a lot of people say too is that this is probably one of those movies that's going to only be better on the rewatch. There are a lot of details. I was looking through Reddit as I always do after a good movie. Um, there are a lot of things that, like little details that you won't pick up during the first watch because you're so much engrossed in the story and trying to figure out what's happening. So I think during the rewatch, I'm really excited to kind of look in all the little background areas and notice all the details and notice like the little Easter eggs throughout the movie. So I think if you didn't like it the first time, maybe give it a while and watch it again and see how you feel. But yeah, 9 out of 10.